Hey, good morning everybody. I wanted to show you the purple smoke Baptisia, also known as false indigo. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous spring blooming perennial. It gets 3 to 4 foot tall, 3 to 4 foot wide, and mine have definitely done that. I have 6 of them lining my walkway up to my house. They are virtually maintenance free. I don't have to do anything to them, and they come back every year looking beautiful. The purple blooms are so incredible, and I think this is something that you really want to deep dive into. So I'm going to give you lots of details, see if it's something that you can grow in your garden, and let's get going. So I'm going to start by just showing you how they look lining the pathway up to my house. They're just so gorgeous. They put on such a gorgeous show. Baptisia perform best in full sun, so definitely find a good spot for them. All of mine receive at least the minimum of 6 hours, if not more. After they're done blooming, you can see this really pretty foliage. If you can see with Baptisia, they produce these really long stems here at the bottom, and then they put out all of their foliage and their blooms up here at the top. After they're done blooming, they will continue to grow. You'll start getting more foliage. They start kind of tipping over, and they end up covering the stems. And so all of this ground below me is going to be covered with the foliage, and it just makes them look like these really massive, beautiful shrubs. And I love how it does that and fills in the garden space. So you can see the stems here. But it also allows me to have some things planted around them. Like I had some tulips and daffodils underneath, and then that foliage will end up getting covered whenever this does grow and start tipping over towards the ground, and it's just absolutely stunning. I live in Tennessee, so we have heavy clay, and these have super deep tap roots and have not skipped a beat. They don't mind that clay soil one bit. They grow really well in my Zone 7 garden. However, it does say that you can grow these from Zone 4 through 9, so quite the range, which I think is amazing. They are drought tolerant and deer resistant, so that's huge. If you have deer that you are dealing with, this is something that you could grow in your garden and not have to worry about that. So I don't have deer pressure, so I don't have to worry about that necessarily, but good to know for anyone who does, for sure. Now, like I said, these are perennial, so they will die back to the ground every year, and then they will come up fresh in the spring. But one thing I did notice last year is I didn't cut these back myself. I was just letting them die back on their own. And one morning I came outside and found this big brown tumbleweed looking specimen just stuck in a rose bush or something near my front porch. And it was my Baptisia, where it had broken off at ground level and was ready just to blow away. So you definitely can cut them back if you want to avoid having tumbleweeds blowing through your yard. But for me, it was super easy. I just picked it up and got rid of it. So no big deal. They're super easy. You don't have to do anything to them. Like I said, you don't have to fertilize them. Maintenance free, easy, gorgeous, huge impact perennial. So The other really great thing about the Baptisia is they are great for pollinators. The pollinators absolutely love them. They are such an early blooming perennial that all of those beneficial insects are going to come and find them early when they need it. So I've only had my Baptisia in the ground for 3, maybe 4 years. They were some of the very first things that I planted along my pathway when I started my gardens from scratch. And from what I'm reading is that these plants can last decades. So make sure whenever you choose this plant's location that it's somewhere you want to leave it, because it's going to last a very long time if you're able to leave it alone. And I think I mentioned this earlier, it does have a very deep taproot, and so they are extremely difficult to move. You might not be able to move them. They might not survive if you're not able to get enough of that taproot. So make sure that you leave them alone, and they are gonna perform like crazy for you. And I am just loving them. I wanted to share. Now the Baptisia also goes by False Indigo. So if you go to a garden center and you see it labeled False Indigo, that is also a Baptisia. And there's lots of other colors. It's just not the purple smoke variety. They have other Baptisia that come in yellows and pinks and blues and the purple like I have here. There's even one that's like a darker brown color, I believe, whites. So there's so many varieties, so many different colors you can choose from to get that perfect look for your garden. And I hope you all will get one of these, and I will see you next time. Bye.